Dear students, in this video, you will learn about equivalent circuit of induction motor. So already in previous video, we have discussed induction motor phasor diagram is equal to loaded transformer or working transformer, right? So in similar way, so we will discuss about equivalent circuit of induction motor. So already we have seen induction motor can be treated generalized transformer, working transformer. Transformer works on electromagnetic induction principle. So that is the mutual induction principle. Similarly, induction motor also works on same principle. That is also electromagnetic induction principle. The energy transfer from stator to rotor of the induction motor takes place entirely with the help of flex mutually linking the two devices, that is the stator and rotor. So here transformer will have primary winding and secondary winding. Similar way, induction motor will have stator winding and rotor winding. The stator flex mutually links to rotor. So that's what here induction motor takes place entirely with the help of a flex mutually linking the two wrists, stator and rotor. The stator acts as primary and rotor acts rotating secondary. So in primary winding, secondary winding, transformer will have. Similarly, rotor will have stator winding and rotor winding. Stator acts like a primary winding in transformer and rotor acts in rotating secondary winding in transformer when induction motor treated as a transformer. So now if E1 is equal to induced voltage in stator per phase and E2R, so E2R is induced voltage in rotor when running condition, but E2 is rotor induced EMF per phase on standstill. So if you are not rotating the rotor, then E2 is the rotor induced voltage in standstill. E2R is the rotor induced EMF when rotor is rotating. And K we are considering as a turns ratio, that is rotor turns divided by stator turns. Then K is equal to E2 by E1. So now V1 is the supply voltage per phase to stator if produce the flex which links with both stator and rotor due to self induction. So E1 we are taking induced EMF in the stator per phase, while E2 is the induced EMF in the rotor to mutual induction at standstill. In the running condition, induced EMF in rotor becomes E2R, so which is S into E2. So in terms of slip, E2R induced EMF in rotor when running condition, so we can take it as a S into E2. So now E2R is equal to rotor induced EMF in running condition per phase. R2 is equal to rotor resistance per phase. Rotor resistance per phase. And X2R is equal to rotor reactance per phase in running condition. X2R is equal to rotor resistance per phase in running condition. And R1 is equal to stator reactance per phase. And X1 is equal to stator reactance per phase. R1 is stator resistance and X1 is stator reactance per phase. So here we can see induction motor as a transformer. So now, induction motor will have stator winding and rotor windings. 1 minute. Induction motor will have stator winding and rotor winding. Similar transformer will have primary winding and secondary winding, rotating secondary winding. So here R1 X1 is the stator resistance and reactance. R2 and X2 R is the rotor resistance and reactance. So E2R we are taking as a S into E2. So this is the induction motor as a transformer. Okay. So now we will move to the equivalent circuit. So when induction motor is on no load, it draws a current from the supply to produce the flux in the air gap and supplies iron losses. So when no load, so stator will draws the current from the supply, stator winding draws, and also it will produce the magnetic flux in air gap. So due to magnetic flux, iron losses will be developed. So here IC is the active component or working component current supplies to the no load losses. IM is a magnetizing component current, so which set up the flux in the core and air gap. So IM is a magnetizing current. So due to magnetizing current, magnetic flux will develop core of the induction motor inside air gap. So these two currents gives us the element of exciting branches. So here no load current is a phasor addition of IC and IM here. Now R0 and X0. So these two currents gives us element of exciting branch. So here exciting branches resistance is R0 and reactance is X0. So R0 is equal to representing no load losses V1 by IC and X0 is equal to representing flux setup V1 by IM. So thus I0 is equal to IC plus IM. I0 is equal to IC plus IM. So these are the values we will use and we will draw the equivalent circuit diagram. So this is the equivalent circuit diagram is as shown in figure. It is similar to the working transformer equivalent circuit. So here we have R1, X1, R0, X0. So these all values are belongs to the stator part. Even I1, IC, IM also are belongs to the stator part. Supply voltage is V1 to the stator. And R2, X2, E2 and I2 are. So R belongs to the rotor. So using these values we will draw the equivalent circuit of the transformer. It is similar to the equivalent circuit of the induction motor. It is similar to the transformer. Okay. So now we will see the power equation from equivalent circuit. So in power equation, power already we know. So power is equal to 3 V1 I1 cos pi 1. Input power is 3 V1 I1 cos pi 1. In this, cos pi 1 is power factor, I1 is current drawn from the stator per phase and V1 is stator voltage per phase. Stator core losses are Im square into R0 and stator copper losses are 3 I1 square R0 and R1 is stator resistance per phase, P2 is rotor input. So rotor input is P2, so that is equal to 3 I2 R dash square R2 dash by S and PC is equal to rotor copper losses 3 I2 R dash square into R2 dash. Thus PC is equal to S into P2 and PM is equal to gross mechanical power developed. So PM is equal to P2 minus PC. So if you simplify after substituting the P2 and PC, Finally you will get 3 I2R dash square R2 dash into 1 minus S by S. And torque developed in the induction motor is the ratio of mechanical power developed to angular velocity. So mechanical power developed already we got from the above equation. So in this equation we have this Pm and angular velocity 2 pi n by 60 generally. So now, so 3 into I2R dash whole square R2 dash into 1 minus S by S, this is a numerator, divided by 2 pi n by 6, this is a denominator. So these are the power equation from the equivalent circuit. Next one, maximum power output. So consider approximate equivalent circuit diagram as shown in the previous slide. So the exciting current I0 is neglected, hence exciting no load branch is not shown. So exciting current is neglected, then I1 is equal to I2R dash. Stator current is equal to rotor current at rotor is running condition. The total impedance is given by, so impedance of the induction motor is total is ZT is equal to R1E plus RL dash, R1E plus RL dash. So where RL dash is equal to plus RL dash is equal to, we have a formula R2 dash into 1 minus S by S into I1 1 minus S by S1, where RL is R2 dash into 1 minus S by S. So by substituting this one in place of RL, so I1 is equal to V1 by root of R1E plus R1 dash whole square plus X1E whole square. So this is the impedance. So this part is equal to, so drop. So now power output is equal to I1 square into RL dash. So the total losses 3 into I1 square RL dash. So power output is equal to 3 into V1 square by R1E plus RL dash whole square plus X1E whole square into RL dash. So this equation we will get. Okay, this equation we got it from the approximate equivalent circuit diagram while neglecting the exciting current. Okay, so these are the equations are important to find the condition for maximum output power. So we need to differentiate the output power equation with differentiate with respect to RL dash. So output power equation, so we are differentiating with respect to RL dash. So if you differentiate, so on simplify after simplification, so finally you will get R1E square plus X1E square is equal to RL dash whole square. So this equation we got it, right? Now we will move to the so this is about condition for maximum output. So now slip at maximum output. What is the slip value? So it can be obtained from RL dash is equal to Z1E. So RL dash is equal to Z1 is equal to R2 dash into 1 minus S by S. RL dash is equal to R2 by K2. So now S into Z1E is equal to R2 dash minus S into R2 dash. So S into Z1E plus R2 dash is equal to R2 dash will get. So finally here the slip at maximum power output is S is equal to R2 dash by R2 dash plus Z into 1e. So this is the slip at maximum power output. And expression for maximum output is, so using the condition obtained in expression of total output, so we can get maximum output. So maximum output condition we know, so 3 into maximum output is 3 into I1 square Z1e, and also R1 is equal to Z1e, RL dash is equal to Z1e. So substituting all the equations, so finally we will get output of power maximum condition is 3V1 square by 2 into R1e plus Z1. So we have to substitute and we have to simplify. Finally we will get this relation. So this is about equivalent circuit and maximum power output of 3-phase induction motor. In next video we will see different types of losses occurs in the 3-phase induction motor. Thank you everyone.